But also, if y'all haven't seen my boy Jimmy's post today, Jimmy is going to be doing his very first group coaching call lesson today with the students. So super excited about that. Then if you haven't heard, we're introducing a third coach, God willing, next month. So that coach is going to start probably like second week of November, which is going to be really cool. I'm excited about that. Super excited to have Jimmy part of the program because Jimmy's just an absolute all-star. So yeah, it's going to be some good stuff. What up, Cookie? Good to see you, brother. And everybody in the live. I know we're literally just getting started, so we'll wait for some people to roll in. We'll wait for the questions to get rocking and rolling. Yesterday and the day before that, not the day before that, Saturday's live, I think, or maybe it was Friday. Two of my favorite lives that we've had. Super good lives. I always love them when everybody's asking questions and stuff. But yeah, let's get into it. Like I said, posted some gym videos. Nobody, thank you for sharing the live. Thoughts on buying fake reviews? Be honest, absolutely don't do it. It's not worth it, bro. Trust me. I've heard horror stories about this, and it's literally not worth it at all. It's against Amazon's guidelines. It's not worth losing your entire account, losing your product, losing your inventory, all of these things to just get reviews. There's real ways to get reviews like the Amazon Vine program. That's going to be your best bet. Request a review tool. I'm not suggesting this, but allegedly I know people who utilize friends and family. Just have a good product. Yeah, for sure. Having a good product. I mean, even then, the review conversion rate is like 1 to 3%. So it's a low, but you do not want to buy fake reviews. It's really not worth it. And Amazon is pretty decent at flagging that. I have no idea what you're saying, user 29. Sorry, bro. I guess Vine works fine. Yeah, Vine is perfect. Vine literally is like the best way to get reviews for selling on Amazon, in my opinion. Allegedly, like I said, some people use F&F to get their reviews. I'm not suggesting it because it's still against Amazon's terms of service, and I don't suggest things that are against Amazon's terms of service. But that is another way to get those reviews. Let's go. Make sure y'all drop your questions down below. I have a hard stop today in about 54 minutes. How do you begin? Step 1, create an Amazon account. Step 2, get a product research software. Find a product to sell. Just posted a video today on the exact criteria that I use to find successful products. If you have not, same criteria that I personally use on all my new products. We are TOS abiding sellers. You already know, nobody. We don't do anything outside of TOS. You do private label only private label. The other business models aren't for me. Respect to anybody who's out there hustling and starting any kind of venture, but I want to be the brand owner. I want to actually own the entity that I'm selling, not be some reseller for everybody else. Was good, Bella? And was good, everybody else in the live? Let's go. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate everybody asking questions. That's what makes these lives fun. I do these lives to answer everyone's questions, surely not to hear myself talk. So always appreciate the support. And just shameless call to action real quick. If you guys don't have live notifications on, turn them on so that you know, because like I've been going live a little earlier nowadays. It's 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right now. So if you don't want to have to like wait on my schedule that doesn't exist, turn on live notifications and you'll be able to see every live. How much capital do you need for private label? I heard it requires a lot of capital compared to OA. If you compare it to OA, yes, that's correct. But a lot of capital can be subjective. I've launched most products for private label under $5,000 USD. You also have higher profit margins. It's more evergreen. You can sell the same assuming a product is successful, you can sell the same products for years and years and years to come. Where can I buy products for FBA here in the US, or Amazon only accept Alibaba invoices. No, you can get US manufacturers, but the question is, why would you want to do that? If I was going to sell a water bottle, why would I want to pay 5x more to get a US manufacturer and then also have a higher minimum order quantity? When do you consider it worth it to sell in Canada? Obviously, you start in the USA. I think it really depends. Like, are you profitable and looking to expand to other markets, right? Are you growing? Like, you really want to maximize potential where you currently sell, which, like you mentioned, you want to start in the US. Canada also has a lot of a lot of regulations and guidelines. We have like this account. So these numbers are US only, but this account sells in Canada as well. But it's a pain to get your product listed in Canada. No, I don't know who that is, sea urchins. Why do you ask? How long did it take for you to finally quit your 9 to 5 job? 1 year after launching. Probably could have done it at the 6 month mark, but I was in a very unique circumstance. Number one, I wanted to reinvest as much as I could into the business. Number two, I gave, like most people give their boss a 2 week notice when they're getting ready to quit. I gave my bosses a 6 month notice. Like I knew that I was going to be, I knew that I was in a position where I could leave my job, but they were my cousins who I worked for, and they were the reason why I started selling on Amazon. I was the manager of their company. So I wanted it to be as smooth of a transition for them. Real quick, YT comment, then we'll go back to TikTok. Hey, Luke, how's it going, brother? Question, what are your thoughts on selling high-ticket items on Amazon, like between $100 to $300? I think it has potential, man. It all comes down to the market numbers and your product differentiation. But yeah, I have a student right now who sells like a $225 product, and he's absolutely crushing it. So if you have a good product, then I think it works. When do you decide to cut a product? When no matter, and I don't think most people get to this point, to be honest, but when no matter what I've done, I can't turn a good conversion rate or make the product profitable. The reason I say that most people don't even get to that point is because like people will put up their first version of their listing and then it doesn't perform well, and then they keep spending money on ads, and then they start losing money, and then boom, it's just like, oh, this product's a failure. It's like, well, you didn't optimize, you didn't push for more reviews, like you didn't do everything in your power to make that product successful. Bobo, thank you for the follow, appreciate you. I mean, what you recommend, Alibaba or finding products in the US? Like I said, what's the reason to get products in the US when you can get just as good quality products and cheaper products and lower MOQs in China? Unless you're selling like a supplement or a topical, I wouldn't get those manufactured, and you shouldn't sell those products as a beginner. But unless you were selling those products, you would want to get it done overseas. It's cheaper. It's the manufacturing hub of the world. We don't have manufacturing in the same way that these other countries do. From cheaper labor to cheaper materials, all of these different things. You go get your average product manufactured in China, you can get 100 to 300 units, pretty decent cost of goods. You go get a product here in the US, like again, let's use water bottle as an example. You're talking like 1,000+ units MOQ and probably like 3 to 5x the cost of what, including shipping, of what you would get from overseas. I don't need to get ungated for the products that I sell, User 98. I do private label, so I'm the brand owner. I don't need to get ungated for other brands. Completely different business model and different way of going about things. So yeah, that is not my area of expertise. But just to give you some insight, Amazon tells you exactly what you need to do to get ungated for a certain product or category. You just follow that. Now, if you followed that, sometimes there's like an auto denial that happens. I think you need a title that says private label, LOL. I literally do. But it only says PL, nobody. So like when you join the live, it's like ask any question about selling on Amazon in parentheses, private label. But Some people don't see that. Totally okay. I don't really mind getting an arbitrage or wholesale question. It's just I'm not really the guy to ask about that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We out here building real brands, not reselling other people's brands. I don't really have a course, Jay. It's a mentorship, very different. I've explained it a lot before, but I'm sure you're new. A course is like, here's some video guides that you get and never talk to me again. The mentorship's like a full ecosystem for Amazon sellers. They have direct access to me. I don't proxy them off to some coach. And also all of the services that I've created, like weekly coaching calls, our private group, sourcing service, inspection service, shipping service, and AI software that I created for students. So think of almost like everything that you would go through along your Amazon journey, we've created a service or a solution for. How's everything? This is a YT comment. How's everything with you, by the way? My bad. Life is good, brother. Feeling blessed every day that I wake up and have breath and get to go on this beautiful journey in life. It's a blessed day. So everything's good. How about you, bro? How's everything with you? Booked a few trips. Your boy is good. Blonded, what's good, my guy? Hope everything is well. Thank you. I'm pretty new to Amazon and just sold my first product. I would like to sell more. Nice, man. Congratulations on selling your first product. You've gotten to a point that most people won't get to. And I say that I don't mean most people like the people in this live, because obviously you guys have interest in learning how to sell on Amazon. But your average person who will watch an Amazon video or has interest in Amazon in their head, they're like, yeah, they build it up in their head. And then they realize that it takes time and takes effort. And then they just don't start, because it's like shiny object syndrome. About to ship my new product. Not sure on a freight forwarder yet. Nice, Blonded. Yeah, get different quotes, man. Get different quotes for sure. Don't just take the first quote that you've gotten or that you get. I know that was a mistake when I first started selling. Like, the manufacturer, for example, used to ship my product and, they would give me a quote and I'd be like, okay, cool. That's how much it cost to ship my product regardless. I didn't understand. Just like with your product, you get different quotes from different manufacturers. You do the same thing with shipping. What's a good average price right now? I should expect, I don't know. Our average price is a little bit skewed, to be honest with you. And I say that because, like, I think your average good average freight forwarder right now is getting like $1.10 to $1.50. But like, I have students who, one of my students, he's in the live sometimes. If he pops in, I'll let you guys know. But bro literally got a 55-cent per kilogram quote with the AMZ Masterclass freight forwarder. So our numbers are definitely beat most market numbers when it comes to freight forwarders. Thanks. I learned a lot from your live streams. It's helpful. Nice, man. That's why I do these lives. That's why I create the content. I said it like 5 minutes ago, but I'll say it again. I don't do these lives to hear myself talk or just to yap. There's no need for me. Like, I know how to sell on Amazon, but I do this to give value to everybody else. YT comment, everything is good. Just trying to choose my first product. Really appreciate your lives. Nice, Conrad. Let's go, bro. Make sure, I'm sure you've already watched them, but make sure you check out the YT videos on product research, analyzing products. I have videos on all of those things. Also, Conrad, I don't know. I have so many YT videos ready, but my editor just sent me a new video that I recorded. He finished editing it, and it's how to differentiate a product. Super in-depth video. That one's going to be coming out. I couldn't tell you. I have so many videos in my drafts, and I almost want to start posting like more YT videos every week, but then it takes so much for me to record a YT video because like I put there's a lot of thought, there's a lot of effort into them. It takes me a while to record them, even though they're like 7 to 15 minute videos. We do a lot of editing, and it's a lot. ROI? What do you mean? What about ROI? LOL. Yeah, it's. I also I don't do my YT videos in one take. I'm doing multiple takes. I just want them to be good. And yeah, man, your boy's trying to get to 10,000 subscribers on YT. So if you're not already, make sure you subscribe. What's the ROI on that for AMS? On this account, we run over 100% ROI, and the profit margin on the account is over 40%. You guys should be aiming for at least 100% ROI on a product that you're selling. I mean, maybe minimum would be 50, but realistically, I would say 100%. What product do you recommend to sell? For now, I only have one product. I would like to add more, so I'm not going to just hand out a product. But if you go watch my last video that I posted on TikTok, I show you the criteria that I use to find successful products. It's the same exact criteria that I use for my own products nowadays. So go check that out, and just keep in mind that product research is a numbers game. The more products that you look for, the more chances that you have of finding a good product. It's not just about launching any product out there. Remember that student that I was just talking about? He literally just joined the live. Jay, say what up. Sorry, I don't mean to put you on the spot, my boy, but I'm putting you on the spot. Well, this is only one seller account. Operate 5 seller accounts, SD. What up, brother? Yes, sir. That's my boy, Jay. He had like 30 to 40% margins. It's a little over 40. Yes, sir. I'm his student. 10K this month. Cam, what's good? Are you one of my students, bro? Is your name actually Cam? Or is this your TikTok name? Send me a message, brother. Let's go. I love it. Same type of numbers on the others? No, this is the biggest account. One does, 2 of them do a little over 2 M's. One of them over 1 M, and then one of them is brand new. I just started it. If you're new to the page here, okay, I think that one's definitely a troll. If you're new to the page here, I'm taking a brand new Amazon account from 0 to $1 million in sales. Whatever you say, SD. Thanks, bro. It's always the people with 0 followers, no profile picture that are like, I make $1 billion in sales a month on Amazon. But all good, man. Thank you. No, I'm not talking. No, Black. I wasn't talking about you, bro. I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about this other homie over here. You're good, bro. I know you're just trolling. How much is it just to buy step-by-step videos? From me, Gabby, we would do a self-starter for 1K. Noob, I'm going to block you. You make $900 a month, but you're telling me that anyways, God bless you, man. I don't know. I'm not here to argue with people. I'm just here to answer questions about Amazon. God bless you, man. Hey, yo, what up, Patel? Yo, bro, I have questions. Yo, bro, I have answers. I'm the highest fan level on your live. Noob, you bug me, bro. I'm just kidding. I love you. Yesterday, Samsung Ecom told them not to do a FBA because it's not worth it. Why do you think he said that? Guys, these are questions that you have to ask other people. I'm here to answer questions about Amazon. I could care less what anybody on the internet says outside of Amazon. But it's the one thing that I will say is, yeah, definitely don't listen to a bunch of people who are sitting on a live who have never sold on Amazon and are talking a bunch of nonsense about it. Oh no. How do I get that? There we go. I paid $15K for 2 product launches. I don't know if I got cooked. What's $15K Canadian in USD? I only go by, this is a joke, but I only go by real money. The United States dollar. That was just a joke, by the way. To USD. No, that's $5K per product. I don't think you got rinsed, bro. Amazon question, should I increase price to slow down sales? Yes. Well, I'm asking about one of the leading teachers in the FBA space saying that it's not worth it in your input. The day that Amazon is not worth it is the day that I will tell people that Amazon is not worth it. Just straight up. Like I said, man, I'm not here to. I have my own thoughts on it, but I just want to keep those thoughts to myself because those thoughts are to. I don't want to seem like I'm a hater to anybody. But yeah, like I said, you're talking about a guy who has beef. You're talking about 2 guys who have beef with an Amazon seller. And where's the validity to their claims? Show me the receipts. You know what I'm saying? I also don't believe that. I started, like, if you guys go watch my recent videos, I started a brand new Amazon account, launched 1 product, and we're already doing good with that product. So is Amazon not worth it? I mean, I don't know if he's still in here. My student Jay just launched a product last year, crushing it. I did another interview with a student, just launched this year, crushing it. So it's like, that's a subjective thought. Also, I don't know. I'm not here to put anybody's business out there, but I know some, being in the social media game, I hear and know certain things. And yeah, I just know that, yeah, I'm not here to hate. Let's just stick to Amazon. You know what I'm saying? An expert opinion from a successful seller, yes. 10K Canadian is like $5 USD. You're funny. Recommend startup funds for your program and private label launch. On the low end, I'd say 6K. On the high end, like 8 to 10K. But that's including your cost of goods, your shipping, like everything that you need to launch. And obviously, that money doesn't go to me. Black, thank you for the follow, brother. Appreciate you. Get money doesn't make money. People need to wake the F up already. Amen to that one. It can be less though, but that's what I think. Yeah, it's you. If you're doing like product selection in a higher ticket product, that's where you're correct, Patel. But there's people who get like lower ticket products as well. And would you go on Karen's live? There's really no need for me to do that. And I'll tell you exactly why. Like if the dude was more open-minded, then yes, I would be very happy to do that. But I don't do well with BS. And like I watched the full recording of him in Ecom's live, and like he the whole thing, he repeated himself like, sorry, Charlie, I'm gonna get to your question right now, bro. I didn't take a glance at the YT chat. Let me finish this thought and I got you, brother. But yeah, I watched the whole live, and bro, literally, like, I might even pay a VA, because I get this question. I've been getting this question recently. I might pay a VA to go watch that live and count how many times he said the same exact thing. He'd be like, "Why don't you share the products that you sell, bro? You should be proud, blah, blah, blah." And then, like, it was explained to him, here's why I don't share my products publicly, but I'll tell you my products in private. He's like, "Yeah, I don't know, man. Why don't you just share your products?" It's like, bro, I just explained to you why I don't share my products. And so I know that it's going to be the same thing for me. I know that I would go a little harder than Ecom did, because Ecom just can't be bothered. It's pretty easy to bother me. um, but but yeah, if it was more of like a discussion and it wasn't going to be this repetitive thing, oh, but don't show me I can fake an FBA dashboard. No, you can't, bro. Go pay. Because another thing that he mentioned was like, I could pay one of my designers to create a page like that. Like, no, you can't, bro. That's Amazon's API. Like, you're not going to have any of your designers create that in 5 minutes. So it was just like a load of nonsense. And I think that if you don't know about Amazon, then you're going to be set in your opinion. There's nothing that's going to change any of that. So, like, would I be open to somebody challenging my ideas? Yes. Does it make any sense to just sit there and go in circles with somebody who's ignorant? And I don't mean ignorant in the sense of like not smart. Props to him for what he's done in business. I respect that. Him as a person / creator, that's, I don't really respect as much. Let me get to this question. Hey, bro, what's the least amount of money you can spend to get started with FBA? For the business model that I do, Charlie, $3K. I would like to find good products, but it's hard to pick what products. Any method to follow? Like I said, Naween, go watch my last video that I posted, bro. I show the exact criteria that I use to find products. And then I have a lot of videos on product research as well. Maybe not today, because I have a hard stop for the live in like 30 minutes, but one day, maybe tomorrow or something, we can do live product research. So make sure that you guys turn on live notifications. It's funny, Black. I can't read that comment out loud, but thanks, brother. What distributors do you use for wholesale? I don't do wholesale. I do private label. I own the brands that I sell. Okay, appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, this is another reason I need to stick to what I say. I'm just not going to speak on anything about anyone else, because it doesn't do anything for my life. If anything, it's a net negative for my lives. So we only focus on Amazon questions. If you have a question about this person or that person or this person or that person, I'm not the guy to ask. For real, for real. It really doesn't make any sense. But while we wait for more questions, make sure you go show some love to the video that I posted. Last video, the exact criteria that I use to find products. Second to last video, why 90% of people pick the wrong product. And then third to last video, if you guys have a certain question and you want me to make a video response to it, go leave a comment on that video. See, man, if I wanted your mentorship, how much do I need plus the product? So on the low end, 6K, bro, and no worries about your phone dying. On the low end, 6K. On the high end, like 8 to 10K, but that's also including like your cost of goods, your shipping, actually launching the product, which obviously that doesn't go to me. That goes to like your manufacturers. That goes to the freight forwarder when you ship your product, getting samples and all of that. Right on. Good evening, brother. Hope you are well. I am doing great, man. I am doing great. God is good. Life is good. Hey, Luke, do you think it's worth to launch a product with a really good differentiator, but with a ton of sellers? It depends, because all markets have a lot of sellers. Like if you go search a product on Amazon, whether it's a product with a good product criteria or whether it's a product with a bad criteria, you're going to notice that they all have the same amount of sellers, more or less, right? Each one of them is going to be filled from page 1 to page 7 with competition. So the amount of sellers doesn't matter. What does matter is the market numbers. So market numbers and then your differentiation. Can I do this from the USA, from outside of the USA? Yes. LOO, 1K Canadian. What's 1K Canadian? Noted. I'll definitely reach out once I grow my OA to get into private label. I love that. See, man. Love that, brother. Keep hustling, bro. Do you order your competitors' products to get ideas to use in yours? I don't order my competitors' products to get ideas, but I sometimes will order my competitors' products to see the quality, but not to get ideas. You can look at the ideas without ordering it. How many sellers on page one do you consider as very competitive or saturated? So that's not the way that I look at it, Tina. And the reason that's not how I look at it is because every single product on Amazon is going to have the same amount of competitors on page one. I'm looking at the market numbers on page one. So the average price, average revenue, the average reviews. And I just posted a video. It's the last video I posted, not including my pinned videos, going over the exact criteria that I use. I would have to choose between your course and new. I was just kidding. That's funny. I would bet $1,000 that in a year, Noob is going to try to be a coach. I almost can bet everything on it. Best launch strategy. Make sure your product is profitable. Make sure you have a good differentiator. Make sure you have an optimized product listing. Make sure that you get at least 10 to 15 reviews before you start ads. Have a good Amazon ad strategy. How quick can I launch a product? If you know nothing about Amazon or you're just getting started, like on average, like 3 to 4 months. Also, I wouldn't sell beauty creams, bro. It's a terrible market to get into. I also wouldn't get them from China. I feel like everyone is on that wave now. Might as well give it a try. I definitely know you're just kidding with this, C-Man, but it's funny, bro, because I've been in the Amazon game like 7 years. I couldn't name the amount of courses or mentorships that I've seen along those 7 years if I had a million hands. Exaggerating, obviously, but that's how many I've seen. The amount that I've seen that have stuck around and are tried and true, I can name on one hand. So it's like there's a difference between starting. I mean, even one of my buddies who has a program, most of y'all probably know who it is. He's had like 15 of his students try to create a program. Not one of them still does it. For two reasons. A, like the market weeds out those who are not good at what they do. The second reason is because people don't realize like how much it is to have a good program. You know what I'm saying? You can't just give people a video guide and just say, here, hope for the best. You might get your little bag, but most people aren't going to make that much money from that little bag, number one. So then they'll quit. And then you're also not providing people the value that they need. And so a lot of this is word of mouth, right? Like y'all will hear from my students, like even in the live sometimes, like how the program is and stuff like that. And if you can't create something good, I would actually argue that it's harder to create a good mentorship than it is to launch a good Amazon business. Can you list any product as generic, or do you have to use brand registered? You could start as generic, yeah. No, I'm everyone trying to sell a course. Yeah, for sure, bro. Like I said, who are the people who are tried and true? The people who have been doing it and have continued to evolve and find success and help their people be successful. I can name those programs with one hand. It's also because like the perception of the internet, like people think that people who sell courses are the ones making the most money, but it's harder to create a good, profitable course that actually makes you money. It's harder to do that than start an actual business. Like I will decease on that hill. Can you give an example of a good differentiator? Launching a good design in the market, or launching bonus items that are relevant to the main product. Currently doing 1.5 a year in RA, looking to get into private label. Do you do higher level meetings? By the way, this is John. What's good, John? Yes, we do, brother. I mean, the program is for somebody who has never started on Amazon. And then it's also for people, like I had a student who was doing 6 figures on Amazon, join the program. He's a 7-figure seller now. Now, I'm not guaranteeing those results. That's not what I'm saying. But we help people who just getting started. And then like we have lessons tailored to that. And then we have lessons that are tailored to scaling and people who are trying to take their brand to the next level. Can someone join your program if they're in the UK? Yes, I have students in Canada, UK, Australia, Mexico, Norway, Egypt, UAE, Japan. I have students all over the world selling in the US market. Is 1,000 score on Data Dive a good indicator? Yes, assuming it meets the other product criteria. My guy, what's good, Jimmy? Jimmy, newest AMZ Masterclass coach. What it do? The call today going to be recorded, right? Yes, sir. Yup, Jimmy's doing his first call with the students today. Super excited. No, I don't know who that is, Sea Urchin. What do you include in ROI? Do you consider launch-related stuff like professional pictures, etc.? Yes, but also keep in mind that some of those are like one-time fees. You know what I'm saying? How do you do it without packaging items? Exactly how I do it. My manufacturer packages everything. They send it directly to Amazon, and then Amazon stores it. Every time I get an order, they pick, pack, and ship the order to the customer. What does it mean, 35% ROI profit? So there's profit margin and there's ROI. They're two different things. Profit margin essentially is your sales minus all of your expenses. ROI is like if I have 100% ROI, that means I invest $1,000 into a product and then I'll make $2,000 on that product. Rim, thank you for the follow. Might not be able to make it, so wanted to make sure. Do you also have do you have a program for someone who started already but needs help? Yes, the AMZ Masterclass. Amarilla, thank you for the follow. For group calls in your mentorship, if you have a product you want to ask, so I'm going to assume what you're saying, even though you didn't finish it. I'm assuming you're typing right now. Sorry, do you keep it confidential? Yes. So it's funny because you know how you'll hear people, there's one person saying this actually, but they're like, why would you not share your product? You should be proud of it. I'm on social media and I won't share my products, but my students don't even want to share their products with anybody. And I completely understand why. So yeah, like in the group calls, we'll have a student, because like I know all the products that my students have launched because they share them with me. But like, let's say somebody sells, I don't know, literally insert any product. If somebody sells a product, because I know what the product is, they're able to ask questions about it. Like it literally just happened on last week's call. One of my students was asking me some questions about his product and I was giving him practical advice, but obviously like keeping out all of the details. Or like one of my students, he was having a high return rate and I was explaining to him on one of the calls, like, hey, this is what I would do. I would change X, Y, Z without sharing what the product was. So yeah, they keep it confidential. I'm waiting for reviews to start PPC, but no one is claiming through Vine. You just got to be patient, bro. And also, allegedly, I'm not suggesting this. I just know people who do it, friends and family. I ain't having someone steal my product on Mayo. Yeah. No, you shouldn't launch supplements, bro. Supplements is a terrible first product for a newbie to go sell. Remember, guys, and gals, it's not about the product that you think you want to sell. It's about a product that's actually good to sell. Go watch my last video and you'll see the criteria that I use to launch a potential product. If a product doesn't meet that criteria, the product is not good enough for me to sell, plain and simple. So, because I'll get these questions a lot, and it's fine getting these questions. In fact, it's good to ask these questions. But like a lot of people will be like, oh, should I sell screen protectors or should I sell a phone case? They just kind of think of a product. Oh, I use supplements, I should sell that. No, that's not how it works. Do FNFs have to buy your product first before reviews, and can they use the same Wi-Fi as you? No, they can't. I'm a beginner, what can I sell? Go watch the last video that I just posted. I go over the exact criteria that I use. How much is the AMZ Masterclass? The main program runs for $3K. We have higher ticket options for people who wanted us to select their product for you. The stuff I'm selling helps skin problem, hair, and height growth. The answer is still no, bro. It's not a good market to be in. So if they have to buy your product first before leaving a review, yes, that's how you get a verified review. When you're selling a product with multiple variations, do you put them all in one ad group or separate? Neither, Denzel. You don't need to launch. You don't need to test on every single one. You only go on your best selling variation. So if I sell, if I have 3 different water bottles, one black, one silver, and one white. Okay. Let's say the black is my best seller. I would advertise on that one. Nothing else. Amazon is self-select. If I click on a keyword water bottle and then a product has multiple variations, I can see those variations. I don't need another ad to show me those variations. Now, the only time you would advertise on the other variations if it was variation specific. So let's say you had a girl version of a product and a boy version. So boys binoculars. Okay, well, I would run boys binoculars for the boy one, girls binoculars for the girl one. In the water bottle example, maybe silver water bottle had really good search volume. So then, okay, I put that just for the silver variation because people are obviously searching something specific. But outside of that, you don't put multiple products in one ad group. Brother, what's a product I can sell? Go watch my last video that I posted, not including pinned videos. I go over the exact criteria that I use and teach on how to find successful products. Follow that criteria. If a product doesn't meet that criteria, I personally wouldn't launch it. So if I, an expert, wouldn't launch it, probably means that you as a beginner also should not launch it. I also got lots of videos on product research, all that good stuff. So nobody's just going to give you a product. Everybody needs to make sure to keep that in mind. It's just not realistic. Okay, yeah, Denzel. So 1 product per campaign, 1 ad group per campaign, no more than 3 to 5 keywords or targets in a campaign. That's the general rule of thumb that I always follow, and I really never veer off from it. Sometimes single keyword campaigns, but that's a little bit more advanced for people. What about product protection? So more of yours show instead of others underneath. So that would be what I consider a conquest campaign or a product targeting campaign. Same guideline for that. So no more than 1 product, no more than 1 ad group, no more than 3 to 5 product targets per campaign. It goes across the board for product targeting, keyword targeting. For my auto campaigns, like how auto automatically has 4 targeting types. You have close match, loose match, substitutes, and complements. I don't even keep all of those on at the same time because each one of them does a different thing. You really want to segment the data when you're running ads on Amazon. This is, people who don't have a good ad guide or aren't learning from somebody who understands ads fully. It's a really big mistake that I see people make. They'll go throw 20 keywords in a campaign, or they'll have multiple ad groups per campaign. It's just not a good strategy, and it's one that's not going to give you the best results for your ads. Isolating the data as much as possible is what gives you the best results for your Amazon ad campaigns. Let's get more questions in here, but really quick, do you have any other platforms you sell your products? TikTok Shop, Walmart Online, our own Shopify store. Will you do single keyword blogs too? Yeah, but that's a little bit more advanced, brother. I don't think a beginner should start with that structure, but like, yes, I do. But that's kind of once I've gotten some proof of concept on my ads and stuff. Like the new product that I launched, we know that the product's doing good. So I have like 30 campaigns already for that, and they're all single keyword. No, Amazon is completely different than Shopify, bro, but I don't focus on Shopify. I focus on Amazon. I launch products under the brand that I do on Shopify, but I don't start with Shopify. What to do if no one's leaving you reviews? I mean, review conversion rate is really low. I would request reviews from people. There's the Amazon Vine program, but don't expect to get like 10 orders and 3 of those people are going to leave a review. That's not realistic. So does that mean I can sell supplements on Shopify because I already have a store running? I mean, you can. I still wouldn't recommend it, brother. But at the end of the day, you're all free to do whatever you want. I'm only here to give you my advice based on my 7 years of experience. If you have one product with different colors, do you need one ASIN number or more? Well, you get an ASIN when you create a listing, but yeah, you need a separate product ID because those are all different products. What about OpenAI? What about it? Got my supplier to finish production 10 days earlier than planned. Let's go, Jay. Any strategy with AI? No. You'll most likely fail if you rely on AI to help you run your business. Order samples for 2 different color variations. Do you use, I'm assuming you mean MCF. So all orders go through Amazon, even TikTok Shop and Shopify? Sometimes, not for everything. I appreciate it, man. Since I have a store already, I will go for a couple image ads and see. All right, brother. What up, brother? Do market shifts in 1 or 2 years, like if you do product research? Yeah, but the beauty of that is like if I start a product where the numbers look good and then the numbers shift, I'm growing with the market. I launched my first ever product 3 months ago, launched 300 units. Now I'm down to my last 100. Sign it's a good market and there's demand. Yes, especially if you're profitable. That's a really good sign, man. You know, the internet's kind of deceived people to think you have to be making $100,000 a month in 3 months of selling on Amazon, but I think that's solid. When you launch, do you ever not do variations? Sometimes. Yes, UV. Haha, barely profitable. I mean, I'd say that's a W, man, because you can always do things to increase your profits. So like the new product that I launched on the 0 to 1 mil account, we're going from 300 units to 1,000 units. We're lowering our cost of goods. Our manufacturer is actually redoing the packaging so that our product is smaller. So we're going to save money on shipping. And then not only that, because the product is smaller, we're going to save money on FBA fees. We already have good profit, but that's going to shoot up our profit margin by quite a bit. When it comes to PPC campaigns on your first product, how long should you wait before optimizing it? About a week, but it's really based on data, Tina. So like if you have one keyword that gets 25 clicks and no sales, you have enough data to know whether that's a good keyword or not. Have tariffs done anything? No, they haven't. The tariffs are the boogeyman. I'll say that. I'll scream that from the rooftops. Feel free to ask more questions. I do have a hard stop at 4:30, but I have lots of free videos on how to start, y'all. But for those who wanted access to the AMZ Masterclass and me as their mentor, in the TikTok bio, you guys can see everything that's included. I always like saying this part, but it's not a course. If it was just a course, this is all you would get. but it's a full mentorship. And if y'all were interested, yes, I want to apply. You would go through this quick questionnaire. Do you focus on one product or multiple? At the start, one product for sure. Ooh, hold on. I might have to be really slow here. Okay, I have to hide this next part because I don't want to dox my phone number and everything. But if you qualify for the program, you'll be taken to this page right here where you're going to be able to book a time and day with my onboarding coach. This is not a coaching call. It is an onboarding call. So keep that in mind. But that's for anybody who's interested. Where are you from originally? Born and raised in Southern California, my friend. But both my parents are Egyptian. All right. Make sure to drop any other questions that you have down below. If there's no more questions, like I said, I got a hard stop at 4:30 for the live. Otherwise, I'll give it a couple minutes if anyone has some other questions. Let's go. Are we good? Are we good? Sweet. Seems like we're good. On that note, everybody, few call to actions. Show some love to my last few videos. Got a lot of free content available for y'all. Turn on live notifications so that you guys can tap into the lives whenever I get on, because I'm not good at scheduling lives like that. And 3, check out the AMZ Masterclass in the TikTok bio, like I said, to have me as your mentor. I use helium-10, but I don't think my differentiation is good. I have a video that I recently posted, Denzel, about differentiation. Jimmy, AMZ Masterclass coach, the newest, the GOAT. Jimmy, I'm going to hop into your call. I won't be able to stick around, but I'm going to hop in the beginning and just say what's up to everybody. I got a little family thing that I'm doing at 4:30, but can't wait for you to get your first call, bro. I know the students are excited. I'm excited. Y'all now have 2 coaches, soon to be 3 coaches, so it's going to be pretty sweet. I hope everyone has a blessed rest of their day. God bless, and I will see y'all soon.